Hello, everyone. My name is Kinsey Conley, and I am joined by my colleague, Ron Beach. The goal of this webinar is to provide a brief, high-level understanding of the topic of dementia. We will be discussing the basics of the disease, including types of dementia and warning signs, differentiate factors for dementia, and dementia screening and diagnosis. We will end by reviewing resources and the role of the Ohio Department of Aging in addressing this topic. Let's begin by talking about what dementia is. Now, I am sure this is not the first time most of you have heard of the term, and if I had to guess, I would say that most, if not everyone here, either knows someone with dementia or knows someone who cares for, loves someone with dementia. Dementia is actually not a single disease, rather an umbrella term for a particular group of symptoms that causes a decline in cognitive functioning, such as thinking, remembering, and reasoning, that is severe enough to interfere with daily life. The term dementia captures a wide variety of conditions, including but not limited to Alzheimer's disease. As you can see from the graphic, there are a number of different types of dementia. Dementia typically occurs with advanced age. However, people younger than 65 can develop dementia. This is called early onset dementia and can impact people in their 40s and 50s. Though the greatest known risk factor for dementia is age, the disease is not a normal part of typical brain aging. Although it is common to experience subtle changes in memory, thinking, and reasoning, such as not immediately remembering where you left your car keys or difficulty recalling the name of a person you just met, these changes should not be bad enough to affect your daily life. Now that we understand that dementia is a general term used to describe symptoms affecting cognitive abilities and that Alzheimer's is a type of dementia, let's delve a little deeper. Alzheimer's disease is the most common type of dementia, accounting for an estimated 60 to 80% of all cases. It is a progressive disease that kills nerve cells and tissue in the brain, affecting an individual's ability to remember, think, plan, and function. An estimated 6.9 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's in 2024. 73% are age 75 or older. Alzheimer's disease was the fifth leading cause of death among people 65 and older in 2021. The lifetime risk for Alzheimer's at age 45 is 1 in 5 for women and 1 in 10 for men. As mentioned in previous slides, there are various forms of dementia. We already talked about Alzheimer's, so let's discuss some of the other common types of dementia. Vascular dementia is caused by brain damage from impaired blood flow to your brain, leading to changes to memory, thinking, and behavior. Vascular dementia makes up 10 to 20% of dementia cases, making it the second most common form of dementia. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol are also risk factors. Symptoms vary depending on the area and size of the brain impacted. Early stage issues include slowness of thought, difficulty with planning, concentration, and language. Frontotemporal dementia is caused by the deterioration of nerve cells in the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that causes changes in behavior, personality, language, and movement. Frontotemporal dementia makes up 10% of dementia cases. Some early stage symptoms include apathy or unwillingness to talk, lack of inhibition or social tact, and obsessive or repetitive behavior. Lewy body dementia is caused by the abnormal deposits of Lewy body proteins on nerve cells of the brain, which can lead to problems with thinking, movement, behavior, and mood. Lewy body dementia makes up 5% of dementia cases. Early stage symptoms include hallucinations, balance issues, confusion, and sleep problems. These are just a few of over 100 different types of dementia, each with their own unique characteristics and challenges. The early signs of dementia are very subtle and vague and may not be immediately obvious. Early symptoms also depend on the type of dementia and vary a great deal from person to person. These are the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. Number 1, memory loss that disrupts daily life. Number 2, challenges in planning or solving problems. Number 3, difficulty performing familiar tasks. 4, confusion with time or place. 5, trouble understanding visual images and spatial relations. 6, new problems with words and speaking or writing. 7, misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. 8, decreased or poor judgment. 9, withdraw from work or social activities. And 10, changes in mood and personality. If you notice any of these signs, don't ignore them. Schedule an appointment with your healthcare provider. An early diagnosis provides you with a better chance of benefiting from treatment. Now let's talk a little bit more about the difference between age-related forgetfulness versus dementia. As people grow older, changes occur in all parts of the body, including the brain. It's normal to forget things once in a while at any age, but serious memory problems make it hard to do everyday things such as driving, using the phone, and finding the way home. Normal aging refers to the gradual, natural changes in memory and thinking that don't significantly impact daily life. Some examples include making a bad decision once in a while, forgetting which day it is and remembering later, and losing things from time to time. Dementia is the severe impairment in memory, thinking, and daily functioning, significantly affecting independence. This might look like making poor judgments and decisions a lot of the time, losing track of the date or time of year, and misplacing things often and being unable to find them. A mild cognitive impairment, also referred to as MCI, refers to the middle stage between normal age-related cognitive decline and more serious conditions like dementia. Someone with MCI may experience some changes with their cognitive function, but the changes are not severe enough to interfere with daily activities. MCI can often be confused with normal aging. Although MCI is considered a risk factor for dementia, and individuals with MCI are at a higher risk of progressing to dementia compared to those without, not everyone with MCI will go on to develop dementia. Some may remain stable or even revert to normal cognitive functioning over time. Regular monitoring through screenings and follow-up evaluations by healthcare professionals are recommended for individuals with MCI to track any changes in cognitive function over time and to provide appropriate interventions and support as needed. Early detection and intervention is important as it may help slow down the progression to dementia and improve overall outcomes for affected individuals. Now I'm going to pass it over to Ron to discuss risk factors for dementia and dementia screening and diagnosis.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ron. I'm Kenzie's colleague. Next, we're going to discuss about the risk-related factors of dementia. Researchers believe there isn't a single cause of Alzheimer's disease. It likely develops from multiple factors such as genetics, lifestyle, and environment. Scientists have identified factors that increase the risk of Alzheimer's, while some risk factors can't be changed. Emerging evidence suggests there may be other factors we can influence. The following are some identifiable risk factors for dementia. Number 1, age. The strongest known risk factor for dementia is increasing age, with most cases affecting those of 65 years of age or older. 2, family history. Those who have parents or siblings with dementia are more likely to develop dementia themselves. 3, race/ethnicity. Older Black Americans are twice as likely to have dementia than white Americans. Hispanic Americans, 1.5 times more likely to have dementia than white Americans. 4, poor heart health. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and smoking increase the risk of dementia if not treated properly. 5, traumatic brain injury. Studies suggest that a history of TBI, particularly multiple TBIs, is associated with a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Now that we have a basic understanding of what dementia is, let's discuss next steps for someone who might be experiencing signs or symptoms of dementia by reviewing dementia screening and diagnosis. When you hear dementia screening, you might think, what is it? Why is it important? And perhaps most importantly, when should it be done? A dementia screening refers to the process of evaluating an individual's cognitive functioning to detect any early signs or symptoms of dementia, such as memory, attention, language, and visuospatial skills, which is the ability to understand what we see around us and interpret spatial relationships. Examples are issues recognizing faces, making the bed, driving. With a screening, you're looking for something that's not clinically apparent. You don't need to have noticeable declines in memory or cognition to get a screening. Dementia often develops gradually, with symptoms becoming more pronounced over time. Because of this, early detection through screening allows for timely intervention and management, which can help slow down the progression of the disease and improve outcomes for individuals affected by dementia. A screening is not a diagnostic tool, rather a preliminary assessment to identify the need for further evaluation. As for when dementia screening should be used, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. However, healthcare professionals may recommend screening under the following circumstances. 1. Presence of symptoms. Screening may be warranted if an individual exhibits symptoms of cognitive decline, such as memory loss, confusion, difficulty with language or problem solving, changes in mood or behavior. 2. Risk factors. Screening may be recommended for individuals who have certain risk factors associated with dementia, such as advancing age, family history of dementia, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and history of head injuries. 3. Routine assessment. In some cases, healthcare providers may include dementia screening as part of the routine health assessments, particularly for older adults, to monitor cognitive health over time and detect any changes that may warrant further evaluation. Now we're going to watch a video that demonstrates what to expect from a dementia screening with a healthcare provider. As you watch, keep in mind the warning signs of dementia that we discussed in the previous slides and see if you can identify any of those signs throughout the video. The provider will be using a clock drawing test as a word recall exercise with the patient. Pay attention and play along to see if you can remember the words at the end of the video we will discuss at the end.
All right. So the first thing, you mentioned that you were forgetting things, and I want to give you 3 words that I want you to remember, and then we'll go back to them later, okay? But I'll have you repeat them immediately to me after I'm done telling you the 3 words, okay? So the 3 words are banana, sunrise, and chair. Can you tell me what those 3 words are?
Banana, sunrise, and chair.
Good, okay. So I'll ask you about those in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? Now I'm going to take a clean piece of paper here, and I want you to draw a clock for me.
Okay.
Okay? So what I want you to do is to take the pen and make a circle on the page so that it's big enough to fill most of the page, and then place the numbers as you would for a clock. And then I want you to place the time, place hands to tell the time 10 minutes after 11.
Okay, 10 after 11. I don't know where to put the hands, where the big hand goes and where the little hand goes.
Just do your best.
Okay, 10 after 11.
Okay, good. So what were those 3 words I asked you to remember?
Apple, banana, and chair.
Okay. So let's do some other tests now.
Okay.
We're gonna have you get up on I'll have you change into a gown. I'll go out of the room for a few minutes, and then we'll
Okay.
come back and do a physical exam.
Okay.
So I know you were telling me when we first started that you were having some trouble with your memory. And on your test, it looked like you were still having a little trouble with your memory. Would that be your sense of it as well?
I think so.
So let's do a little more testing, not today, but what I'd like to be able to do is have you, in addition to getting some blood work and some of the usual tests that we do for a regular visit, I'm going to set up a visit for you with another doctor to do some additional tests. And then I want you to come back. Is your husband around?
Yes.
So would he be able to come back for another visit?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's important that we go over all this, that you have somebody here as well.
Good. So the
How's
blood
that
work is
sound?
just part of the normal routine.
It's normal blood work, and there are a couple of other tests I want to do too that
Okay.
sometimes can have some impact on memory testing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, but I hope we can find if there is a problem,
Okay.
through the tests. And
And the other thing I want you to understand is when you go home and you have more questions about this and you feel like you need some other answers before our next visit, don't hesitate to call me. Or if your husband has questions and he wants to call me about your visit today, if you give me permission to talk with him, I'm more than happy to talk with him.
okay.
Okay?
Sure.
All right.
I am not an actress. I do have Alzheimer's disease. Before I was diagnosed, I was living. I will continue to live life to the fullest, enjoying it probably even more with my family, my friends, and my truly devoted husband, whom I love deeply.
So let's discuss what we watched. The patient self-reported a difficulty with managing daily activities, which is what triggered the need for further evaluation by their healthcare provider. The patient was given a mini-cog assessment, and part of that assessment was word recall. Did you remember the words at the end of the video? The three words were banana, sunrise, and chair. The patient recalled only two of the three words. The patient also completed a clock drawing test with the task to draw 10 minutes past 11, which would be the hour hand at 11 and the minute hand at the 2. The patient instead drew the hour hand at the 10 and minute hand at 11, which is 10:55. Due to these results, the healthcare provider ordered additional testing and a further evaluation by another provider. This is a great representation of a dementia screening for a real patient. There are a multitude of screening tools that can be used to detect changes in cognitive function. Some of these tools are suitable for physicians and providers only, while others are more suited for family and friends. Each of these tools has pros and cons, but in general, the results should help inform whether someone needs further evaluation for cognitive decline. Dementia often develops gradually, with symptoms becoming more pronounced over time. Early detection through screening allows for timely intervention and management, which can help slow down the progression of the disease and improve outcomes for individuals affected by dementia, including receiving the maximum benefit from available treatments. Early detection also provides individuals with several other benefits, including time to learn and understand the personal disease process, access to information, resources, and supports, ability to remain independent for a longer period of time, option to participate in clinical trials, time to plan for your financial future, and reduce the burden and stress on family members and loved ones. After a screening, the next step is to refer the person to be evaluated by someone such as a gerontologist or geriatrician to properly identify and diagnose any cognitive decline. On the screen here are a list of possible tests and tools that may be used to diagnose dementia. Some tools are better at identifying specific types of dementia. Sleep studies are mainly used in Lewy body dementia diagnosis. The type of diagnostic tool depends on the type of dementia, but these are the common methods. As the state unit on aging, the Ohio Department of Aging is required to create a state plan to address the needs of the aging population in Ohio. The state plan serves as our comprehensive roadmap, guiding the state's aging network on strategies to advance elder justice and equity and achieve optimal health and well-being of older Ohioans. The state plan also identifies crucial priorities and priority populations. We successfully launched the 2023-2026 State Plan on Aging in October 2022. These are the 9 priority populations that are identified in Ohio's state plan. The aim of all of our programs is to connect with these priority populations and provide access to services through AAAs as well as other community services and partnerships such as the Golden Buckeye Center. There are an additional 3 priority populations identified at the bottom of this figure. One of them is older Ohioans with ADRD and their caregivers. ODA's role is to identify the state's needs and create a plan to address those needs in the aging population. ODA receives a combination of funding for various programs. Federal and state funds provide programs such as OAA services and Medicaid waiver programs. One program is identified on the slide as an OAA service, as well as a grant program that helped create the Golden Buckeye Center to aid in advancing ADRD resources and training to improve the lives of those living with ADRD as well as their caregivers. OAA and Medicaid services are managed and contracted through the regional AAAs throughout the state. The AAAs are a great first point of contact to connect people with information and services they may be eligible to use. Alzheimer's Respite is a service that has been underutilized in the past. It is important people have access to this service for their own well-being, the well-being of the person living with Alzheimer's. The National Family Caregiver Support Program is a program that supports caregivers of any age that may be caring for someone age 65 and older, and also for kinship caregivers over the age of 55, taking care of a younger generation as the primary caregiver. There are 12 area agencies on aging, also known as AAAs. On the map, the numbers represent the AAA region. The star represents the approximate location of the AAA. AAAs are a great first contact to find information and services. They have the ability to connect you with a multitude of programs and services and point you in the right direction. If you call the number and enter your zip code, they will connect you with your local AAA. So what are our key takeaways? 1, dementia is not a normal part of aging. 2, there are many types of dementia. Alzheimer's disease is the most common. 3, early screening and detection can improve outcomes for those living with ADRD and their care partners. And last, contact ODA or your local AAA for more resources. Please feel free to email myself, Ronald Beach, or my colleague, Kenzie Conley, at our official emails, or you can email the Elder Connections inbox with any questions. Have a wonderful day.